Y Combinator's motto for a long time has been make something people want. And this time they added a small part to it, and that is live in the future, then build what's missing. So I took it as a task to think of the craziest ideas that I could come up with, and the ideas have come out to be so good that I really have to share it with you. So grab a popcorn and let's get started. So the way I think content creation will be revolutionized, a ring can't track all your data. The next generation of personal assistant is going to be a wearable. There will be robo-taxis, there will be flying cars, and then there will be... Now before we start, let me make it super clear that all these ideas do not take for a dystopian future where the world is going to end or where the government is going to collect all our data. Nothing like that. The entire situation is going to be as utopic as possible. All of these ideas are something that will help the human race and help an individual customer to the maximum. And all these ideas are generated with one concept that I learned from startup school, is to imagine a world where no laws of physics or no general laws govern the universe, and you're able to provide the most extreme positive experience to your customers in a way that can enrich their life further. And all of these fields that we are going to discuss in this video is something that I'm personally interested in. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first field is longevity and health. For this particular idea, I brainstormed with my friend Muthu, who owns one of Bangalore's first longevity focused gym. So obviously he was the best person to come up with what the future of longevity looks like and what are the possible products that could be built that could be a really good startup. The first idea was a nap chamber. Now imagine you're feeling super sleepy and then you go to bed and you don't feel sleepy at all anymore, so you just like lie down there like, you know, turning and all. A nap chamber is where you can just go, and the moment you enter, you go to deep sleep. And this is the REM sleep, which sort of like aids maximum recovery for your body. Now imagine a future where there's a nap chamber or simply a bed where the moment you lie down, there are some electrical signals that pass through your body and determine what are the best settings for the room, the temperature, the position of your body and everything that you require for instant sleep. And the automated bed or the automated chamber takes care of everything. You instantly fall asleep. Athletes, startup founders, people who are going through a lot of stress and they need to like sleep at the moment, a lot of these people are going to purchase this like crazy. And then we have fitness wearables like Ultra Human, Whoop, Apple Watch, and all those fitness trackers which have important data like recovery, heart rate, your stress levels, your heart rate variability, and so on. And we were discussing what would be the future of these, and we came to a point that there needs to be a lot more sensors than what exists today. A ring can't track all your data, nor can a simple watch. Now we have a separate section for wearables, so we will come to this later on. So we then discussed about the future of personal fitness. The way AI could help is track your form, the way your muscles are getting activated. Finally, something crazy which won't happen is time travel. Now imagine you're in gym working out and you get hurt. Now you go time travel and fix whatever mistake you are doing and do the exercise right and do it as many times as you can, just to have a better muscle improvement. Now of course, this is just an idea for fun, which brings on to our second topic, which is content creation. Content creation is something that I thoroughly enjoy. I have like 70 plus long form videos on YouTube and a lot of short form videos on Instagram. So the way I think content creation will be revolutionized, and which everybody knows will happen, is AI native video editor. Video editing is going to be as democratized as programming is today. Today, anybody can write code. Tomorrow, anybody would be able to edit videos. And not just edit videos, these are going to be softwares which randomly take up videos from your gallery and edit them in formats which are suited for your social media. And you don't have to make any extra effort apart from, say, recording the video. Similar to how we brainstorm longevity with Muthu, for content creation, I brainstormed with my friend Shruti, and a lot of these ideas in this section are a result of our discussion. For the sake of this discussion, we were imagining that AI video editors are already there, and video editing is no longer done by individual humans, rather they are done by AI agents. Now imagine a future in which there's like a camera that's always following you, recording every single instance that happens in your life, and you get a highlight reel of your everyday life. And this highlight reel can be edited in any way that you want. Imagine you're saying, you know what, today we were playing cricket, let's just make a video of it, and your software does it for you. With this, what would come is something like a Twitch stream maxing. And just because we have a camera that's like, you know, floating around us all the time, And again, this is in a positive context, okay? Let's not think about the negatives. We have this invisible camera that's recording all the moments of our life. What will happen, ironically, is that we will become more present in our real life because we no longer need to take our phone out to record. Something is already doing it for us. So we can spend all our time with our friends. We can watch those amazing fireworks and concerts. This is a future where we are more connected as human beings just because we no longer feel the need to record every memory. To some degree, Meta Ray-Ban glasses are already doing this. And again, wearables are the next topic, so we'll come to that soon. And even if we don't think about this scenario where we have an unrealistic floating camera, having an AI native video editor that takes care of end-to-end video editing, it's going to help so many people get into content, just because a lot of people right now feel their inability to create high quality content. But in a future where anybody could do it, everybody is going to do it. Everybody is going to become a high-end content creator in the next 5-6 years, just because of how valuable the creator economy is right now. Now, the next thing is my favorite, which is consumer social. When we talk about consumer social, we are talking about Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. This is my favorite because I have already built a friend finding app which failed for a variety of reasons. I can create a whole video on why friend finding as a concept won't work. But whatever friend finding app gets created will be events first. This will be true also for dating apps. Every single dating app is going to move from a simple swipe-based mechanism to real-life events. Events such as, say, book clubs, or say a party meetup, or murder mysteries, and so many things. There are going to be event-first things, and there's a recent study that more people are prioritizing friendships over relationships. So a lot of these event-based things are going to be friend-finding first rather than dating first. Now, of course, people are going to use friend-finding apps as dating apps. To each their own. The point that I'm trying to make is that everything is going to be events first. Now, the problem with events right now is people are freaking lazy. They don't want to travel 5-10 kilometers to attend an event. So what will happen in the future is, imagine that I have my VR headset and I have a subscription service to attend any event I want. Going to a club or to a concert, I'm just going to have this VR headset and I'm going to go meet people at a club or a concert or something like that. And this is not exactly in the future, right? Even right now, games like Roblox, Pokemon Go, Fortnite are organizing in-game concerts where people can just go there and Ed Sheeran is performing, Marshmello is performing. A lot of crazy things are happening in games right now. But imagine a lot of these things that could happen on a VR headset. Maybe like you pay a subscription service and attend an event each day. Or maybe you pick and choose the event that you want to go to. And this experience is going to be as if like you are really there. There is probably going to be an advanced mechanism through which you are going to feel all the sensations, maybe feel the goosebumps of the concert, or perhaps even the touch of someone you're there. Maybe your loved ones, you are probably just like, holding hands in a concert. Maybe, God knows. And I think whoever is going to crack events is going to win a huge thing. Even for this friend finding apps or dating apps, with a VR headset or a virtual reality application, you can instantly go meet people, you can instantly go on dates. So I do think VR as a technology will revolutionize consumer social. But the problem with VR is that it doesn't serve an immediate requirement for that to be very quickly adopted. If you think about the way mobile phones reached everyone's hand, and that's because humans have a primal need to stay connected with their loved ones. It evolved from telephones which were stagnant on a single desk, right? Now, instead of being attached to a single desk, I could be on my way to work. I could be a businessman who's attending calls on the fly. So mobile phones were a primal requirement. The same kind of requirement is not there for VR headsets. And that is the main reason I think VR headsets are not working. It's not because of their bulky form factor or anything. It's just because we don't have the primal need to have a VR headset just yet. So the adoption of VR headsets is going to be super slow. So all these things are not going to happen. But imagine a situation in which virtual reality becomes mainstream. And I really do hope it happens soon. Because imagine me just lying in my room in India and I am hanging out with my best friend, say in Netherlands, or me in Bangalore, hanging out with my friend in Mumbai. And one more consumer app that I do really think should work is something called Memories. And this is an idea stole right out of Harry Potter. If you know the scene where Dumbledore sort of takes his memory strings, just so that he can live a memory again and again and see things that could have happened differently. Think about a situation where I attend a concert and I have this memory that is recorded. It feels like a 360-degree camera, but this is a memory of the situation where you can actually alter it. Instead of me watching my favorite artist from here, just because I have the world model of this situation, I can move around and watch the artist from somewhere else. Maybe it is some sort of birthday party and I go around, hear the gossip of everything that's happening around the room. One of my friends went on a tour to Japan recently and he had this Ray-Ban Meta glasses which lets you vlog in real time, and he uploaded a whole walk tour of a temple. Now imagine an app in which you can choose selected part of your day which happened to be some super crazy event and upload it for your friends to see. This is more like stories, but the only difference is that it's a part of your memory that people can relive entirely. Now, of course, the only difference between this and a 3D video is that you can do whatever you want in this memory. You can be right beside them or explore to whatever depths are allowed within the memory. Now, it does sound a little dystopic because we don't know what people use it for, but let's keep all dystopic things aside. We are only dealing with positive things. Now, I got a little tired of sitting down, so we are standing up for this section, which is wearables and personal assistant. The reason why I am joining both of this is because I think the next generation of personal assistant is going to be a wearable, and my favorite form factor is the locket. Now imagine a locket which is always around your neck, can constantly listen to everything that's happening around you 24/7. And again, this is only a positive situation, okay? So whatever meeting notes that you want to take, whatever lectures you are attending, or whoever you're meeting. Now imagine you're going to a networking event but you forgot the name of the person who introduced themselves to you. So you ask your personal assistant who was recording that conversation, hey, who was the person who told my startup idea was good? And your personal assistant says that person's name was Jared or something like that. Now if you think about this microphone, this does have about 2 hours of charge, so technically it is possible even today. The mobile phone company Nothing is building a headset which constantly listens to everything around you and does some AI processing out on it. It's not publicly out, I think, but Nikhil Kamath did mention in his podcast. And aside from this, another reason for which I personally like a locket to be my personal assistant is because of how close it is to my heart. I don't mean in a cringy way, right? Just because it's so close to my physical heart, it can potentially also record my heartbeat and possibly other factors like how stressed I am, and just because I'm wearing it 24/7, it could also potentially monitor the way my sleep is. Think of this wearable slash personal assistant almost like your Iron Man suit, where Jarvis is able to find out a situation where Tony Stark is having anxiety or maybe like heart issues. Now, among everything that was said in this video so far, I think this is one of the most feasible idea, because all you need is a single microphone that is going to be with you 24/7. Now, the final field that I would like to work on is transportation. And when I say transportation, I'm imagining a future where nobody's walking. There's going to be robo-taxis, there are going to be flying cars everywhere. Now, before we discuss what I would like to personally work on, let me talk about teleportation. And the only reason teleportation hasn't happened so far is because how complex quantum physics is. So maybe there are 100 different AI physicist agents, all of them specializing in quantum physics, discussing in a round table on how teleportation can be implemented. And suddenly one of them comes up with teleportation and suddenly we are able to teleport everywhere. That is a little bit cringe. Apologies, because I have been recording this for more than 1 hour now. But that aside, fundamentally I do think teleportation is going to happen soon. And when that does happen, quantum entanglement and a lot of fundamentally creepy things are going to happen, and I'm super excited for whenever that will happen. Now, coming to the actual idea that I really want to work on is hoverboards. Because hoverboards, all they technically require is 2 twin motor fans which needs to balance an average human's weight, say like 70-80 kgs. And the moment it is capable of generating enough thrust, people are going to be flying. Another potential form factor that could happen is a hoverboard using magnetism, because these things are already the way how metro rails work, right? Now, instead of these metro trains, imagine every single road has a magnetic strip in which hoverboards could float. People would be just floating to work, dude. There will be robo-taxis, there will be flying cars, and then there will be hoverboards. Think about the form factor of a hoverboard, right? It's almost like this big, I can carry it on my back. I can charge it anywhere because it's electricity technically. It's environment friendly, it is light, you can easily take it anywhere, and there is public government infrastructure that allows you to float. I realize I have gone a little too far, but the thing that I said where you can float using thrust, I think that is still possible. But I'm fully positive about hoverboard being the fundamental change that is going to happen in transportation, at least in the next 100 years. Now imagine, what does someone on a hoverboard look like? Quidditch from Harry Potter. Now there are going to be hoverboard tournaments just because some hoverboards are going to be faster than the other and some people are going to know how to manipulate magnetism a lot better than the others. So a Quidditch-like sport is actually going to become a reality, and that is going to further pioneer the research in hoverboards, and people are going to get more faster, energy efficient hoverboards just because a competition like Quidditch exists. This is very similar to how Formula 1 as a concept has helped improve cars. Quidditch as a concept is going to help improve hoverboards. Now with this crazy idea, I think it's time to end this video. Now I had a lot of fun making this video, and if you felt the same way, do hit subscribe and I'll see you again on a different video. Till then, stay safe and take care. Bye bye.